Podcast, episode 230, and we are back in the building for another episode of Us. It's your boy, International Walk.
It's your girl, Tosh, the co-hostess with the mostest.
And we back for another episode
Some water?
of Us. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Google Podcast Player, FM, all the platforms you can catch us on. Like, comment, subscribe, share. See, some people been sharing out there. We appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Thank you to all our 9 million listeners, monthly subscribers. We appreciate y'all trying to push it to 10. Let's get on with the show. How
y'all want some paid content? Would you ever consider doing that? Like something different? I mean, not like something different than what you do on the regular. Like, is that something, or you just feel like what you do is like what you want to give?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I'm good. I would say mentally I'm a 9 because he a little perturbed at me because we're a little late today. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good. Finances, an 8, like always. Thank you, God, from whom all blessings flow. I read something the other day during my morning Bible study when it says like God overfills your cup. My cup overflows. And it's not like, oh, he's just giving you so many blessings. It's overflowing, so those blessings can trickle down to others. Like, it's self-explanatory, but it was just the way it was written was just like one of those reminders. So work is a 9. Nothing wrong, really busy. Got some transitional things going on. Your guy, I don't want to say who, but from my job, the one you always smile like, hey, that's such and such, is sick, like really bad sick. The real person. So, that's, having to shake and move some things. And I don't care about, the work when people get sick. I care about like the person, like you want people to be all right. And, but work is good. And then physically I'm a 9. I got, a little headache. That time of the month come. I don't know if y'all ladies get that, if that's one of your symptoms, but it happens for me. It's like lingering there. That's why I left the Motrin on your nightstand this morning to let you know that I always leave. If I take medicine, he's not around. Am I the only one that does this? I leave it out so that like he knows, like God forbid anything happened to me. He knows like, all right, this Motrin wouldn't be on his nightstand. Like we know each other's signals. So he knows like, all right, she left this here to let me know she took this. God forbid something happened to her. But yeah, I did good all day, and now it's like creeping back up. So I'll take some more. How are you?
I'm good. Mentally, I feel like 8.5. A little pissed. It's just late. This motherfucker gotta get up and go to work tomorrow. So but mentally, I don't have no other stress or any drags on my heart or anything like that. Finances is an 8. God's a blessing to us, so we can be a blessing to others. Work is work's a 9. Work ain't bothering me. Job's almost over. Light's supposed to come in. Work's a 9. Physically, I feel like let's go 10. I feel good. My body feel good. Had a good workout today. A great workout yesterday. Mm-hmm. My body feel good. I feel like a 10.
I looked at that video of the guy that you had us doing that stuff. Like, he's like a machine. He's like a machine. Those
exercise is an exercise. I ain't trying to be him.
No, I know, but just like
bounce a quarter off him.
Yeah, like he's like a carved out African statue. Yeah. God, well, yeah.
Well, God.
No.
Just God.
African man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gave us a really good workout yesterday. The first one I really wanted, like, I was proud of myself. I did good with that. The second one I gotta practice. Like, I don't know. Even watching him again today when I saw the videos, like my form ain't right. Like my form ain't right.
You can get your form right. You just gotta practice.
Yeah. What's your wows and woes this week?
My wow is that what is happening this week? My wow. My lights come in Friday, so I'm happy about that. That's probably the only wow other than being alive. Yeah. And my woes, I don't like beefing with you. That happened this week. And that's about it. What about your wows and woes?
Well, my lights ain't coming in this week, but I feel the same. You know, my woe. I hate when we you know, have tiffs or, you know, misunderstand. I don't know, never even want to say a misunderstanding. I just hate when we not good. But I'm always grateful that we get to a point where we can always recover and be good. So that was my woe. And I guess my wow is that, like, you know, getting to wake up to you and you wake up to me, and we still continue to love each other. And the love and respect that we have between each other, that it doesn't you know, get broken, get shattered when, I mean, God, like, it's not to minimize anybody's feelings or things we go through, but I mean, it's not like we go through huge things where, like, you know, I seen a video of a man caught a woman in the bed with somebody. Like, we ain't never had no situations like that could break us.
Well, that only would be one situation.
Yeah, but
it wouldn't be situations.
Well, yeah, I mean, things of that level. I don't know what else would be comparable to that, but
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Nothing's comparable to coming home and seeing your spouse in the bed with somebody.
Yeah.
No argument, no tiff, no anything is comparable to that.
There was another video I seen. A guy, he caught his girl in a car
at
the place, in Jersey. Yeah, caught her in the car with a dude. Like, are you serious?
Just wanted to fuck him bad out the club.
That was wild. That was wild. But yeah, so that's my wow and my woe. My woe and my wow.
You
need some water?
Yeah, you got some water?
Yeah. I got a swig for you. Or a gulp, whatever you want.
I can keep it.
Yeah, you need a cap?
I got a question for you.
I might have an answer.
What makes you really feel loved and appreciated?
My mind first went to love languages, which would be like words of affirmation, like hearing it. But more than that, I think I guess it sounds so like cliche, but like you paying attention to me, like in ways small or big. Like this week, right? I'm scared of the dark, right? And he brought home these motion lights you put on the stairs, where you don't like, I turn on the lights going up or down the stairs to make sure I can see. And you're a little visually challenged too. So he brought home these lights so that I don't have to do, like, they light up as you walk down the step. And I never asked them about that. We had never had that conversation, but just knowing that, like, those little things that he'll do for me. Bubbles. Like, I love blowing bubbles. Like, it's one of my childhood favorite things to always do as a kid. You know, as a kid, your parents don't really let you, because you might have bubbles and then they take them away because they made a mess. Yeah, and they end up getting or you might really spill it and make a mess, but it's like the bubbles never really last too long as a kid. But I always love bubbles. They just give me joy. And he bought me a little case of bubbles. So it's like those things of, you know, of course, women like pocketbooks and jewelry, but it's like just the small things of showing that, like, you pay attention, and it's like that's letting me feel loved and appreciated. And again, on top of that, the words too, saying thank you and I love you, and you know, you are right, did you eat today? Even though sometimes you fuss at me, but I know it's out of love when you like, why you didn't eat? Like, it's like, oh, he loved me. He want me to be okay. He fussing at me right now, but he just want me to be okay. Yeah, so what about you? What makes you feel loved and appreciated?
I would think they say my love language is quality time. So I would say that kindness. I'm big on kindness. I don't know whether it's my age or just because I'm getting older, but I want you to be kind to me. I want to be spoken to kindly. And pay attention to. like appreciate it. I really, 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 really work hard. I have a lot on my plate, and sometimes I can feel unappreciated sometimes, not through like purposeful, intention, but sometimes it can just, I can feel unappreciated. So appreciation, kindness.
But what makes you feel appreciated though?
I guess the words, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate you. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's one of them things like hearing somebody say like,
yeah, I mean, because the gestures is cool, and rubbing me just when I don't ask you to, that kind of thing, lets me know that you're paying attention, or you can see like, okay, you might have had a bad day, or you might have had a rough gym day. Yeah, and just the words that I love you, I appreciate you, and just speaking kind. That's all. Just speaking kind. I can't stress that enough. Just speaking kind to each other.
Yeah.
What's something that I'm doing right now that you want more of, and then what's something that I'm doing now that you want less of? Within the relationship,
I would say more of your intentionality, and not to like sound greedy, but it's like I love like that you are intentional about things that you do, like whether it's planning dates, you when you took me, you surprised me, like I didn't know where we were going. I think we went to eat or something, and after that you just drove to the mall like, let's go ahead and get you some perfume. It was like, and again, it's not about the gift. The gift is awesome, but it's just the intentionality. I love perfume, and it was just like random. And again, the random dates, so those are the things that I love that you do, that not so much I want more of, like it's not enough, but I want, is that what you were saying? Like that's not enough?
Yeah, or like just something that you want more of, that you might see and be like, oh, I like that, but I need more of that.
Oh, well, I can't say it's not enough. I just want it to continue because I love it. I guess, our sex life is amazing. And, I'm sure like most grown people, you have ebbs and flows because the week gets busy. But, we have some of them weeks. But I guess that's kind of unfair because it's not really all up to you. But, we have some of them weeks where we knocking at each other's door every day, maybe twice a day.
No, knocking at your door.
I knock at your door too. I knocked at your door the other night. What do you mean?
How?
I mean the other morning.
Okay.
And I don't know why you would say that doesn't count.
Because
why does that
like
not count?
9:30, 10 o'clock. That's not.
What does that mean? You haven't got out the bed yet.
Okay. I guess it does count. I'm not discrediting it. I'm not saying like,
as long as you haven't
away.
Woke up, it's still considered morning.
My mornings are 3:30 or 4 o'clock.
Because that's what time you are about to get up. Mm-hmm. So that morning, that was the time we were about to get up. It was a weekend.
It makes sense when you say it.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get me.
I'm not trying to take it away from you. I just was saying, explain.
The thing I want you to do less of, I can't really say like there's anything that I want you to
I'm the shit.
That's not up to you to say.
I'm just, nobody else. I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
Yeah, I can't really say there's anything like nobody's perfect, but you're pretty damn close. Like, you're pretty. I want you to stop.
That.
I want you
to.
to.
Honesty, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn. I do appreciate what you just said. So, and I really do take it seriously and strive to be that. Like, I really do take it seriously and strive to not bring shit to the relationship, to not argue, to not let things fester, to not talk to you a certain way. Like, all those things, I try to stay high. I try to stay flying high. So I appreciate that.
But I got one. I know what I want you to do.
Sure.
Watch TV.
Like
some nights I would love if we just like had a no TV night and we just talked or listened to music. And look at your face. You like, hell no.
Because I'd rather talk than listen to music.
Well, we can do both. But
I wouldn't want to do both.
I mean, like the jazz music.
I'm about to say because it's nighttime. I'm winding down.
No, I don't mean like
boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom music. Like, you know, just a quiet ambiance and talk. But I mean, that's just like trying to pick something out the sky.
I know.
Yeah, so that's but that's not like a relationship thing. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could could say. You're a pretty good fella.
Appreciate it.
I don't know if I want. Can we skip that for me? It's like no, I'm joking. I'm open to feedback.
I don't have a long like. I'm not about to say That's crazy that you're scared that something that
Well, because I know my actions. I had some outbursts, and another thing. I want you to stop saying JFC. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have.
You have a lot, a whole lot.
Because I used to say a whole lot, but now I do catch myself. Not all the time. I'm not there yet, but I do catch myself. I'll probably get it off at work more than home.
See, but you gotta practice not saying it at work.
I know, but I feel like he'd be warranted. He'd be warranted.
All right, what about me? What are some things you want more of from me and less of from me?
More of, I would just be your intentionality. More time. I would want you to do more time management. You are better at it than you used to be. But then sometimes you can fall into a lull where I have to say something to you. So I would like more intentionality with that. Kindness, the way you speak, sometimes your words. I want you to realize that sometimes, even though you might try, just like I try, to be, like you said, as perfect as we can, sometimes you say things that can just come off harshly. And we both are guilty of that. And sometimes we're oblivious to how it might come off because we're such friends. So we're just like, hey, in that mode of, I could say anything to my friend, and you can, but sometimes you could say that same thing in a different way, and it won't come off as harsh.
I received that.
So I would want
the delivery.
Yes. Less of would be letting things get to you, not just with me. When I speak about this, I'm speaking about like other things. Mm-hmm. So I hate to see you down about stuff that you how you have outbursts. Like sometimes you have lulls where you can get into like, is this going to be like a depression that she's going in, or is this going to be like one of them weird 10-year ago moments, 15-year ago moments? And sometimes that scares me, and I would want to see less of that because I know you have the strength and the tools to handle whatever is in your way, and resources. Right. Resources.
It's weird you say that because I did with the recent kind of lull that I fell into, it kind of surprised me that I felt like stuck in that. Even when you say it now, like it makes me a little teary eyed, but I'm so much better than I was. But it kind of surprised me that I got stuck there for as long as I did and hadn't really felt like that in
it's alarming
a long time. Yeah,
it's alarming sometimes. It's like
I thought she was past this. I thought I was past it too.
Evolve and devolve, but it wouldn't be devolve. It would just be like regression. But it's something that makes your partner like an eyebrow, like a rock. The rock raised the eyebrow. Like, what's going on here? Like, this isn't normal behavior. This is real regressive behavior.
But it makes me think about when they talk about the stages of grief, and I've heard or read I've either heard somebody say or read somebody say that people think that like the stages of grief, it's not like they are ascending. Those are the stages that you can go through at any time. And I feel like
they don't come in no order.
Yeah, it doesn't have to come in, and you can regress. You could have went through one stage and then now you're on another stage and you can go back. So I guess stages is probably an incorrect word. They're all part of the grief cycle, I guess. And I think for myself, maybe that's partly of what it still is, of still grieving. We don't just grieve people that die, like you grieve losses regardless of what kind of loss it is. And I think for me, I was stuck in an anger phase. I think, like, when I think back, to that a couple weeks ago, I think I was just I just got stuck in an angry phase. And yeah,
that's a part of it too. It would be like, it's weird when when you're going through grief, because I went through grief with my grandmother, and it's like you get angry sometimes that they're not here, and you would hate to get stuck on like the barter part last.
Yeah, because I think the barter part is where
acceptance is like supposed to be last, theoretically supposed to be last, that you go through those things and then accept, and not just death, but in a lost relationship, but you accept. But it's like, did I accept first? Am I still going through anger now? Am I going to go through the bartering part last? Am I going to be stuck there? Like, you wonder which part you're going to land on for the longest.
Yeah, and I think too, the bartering can be dangerous when you're grieving the loss of a relationship, because you could find yourself not holding to your boundaries.
Right.
Yeah, so and then so I think that can be very dangerous. But yeah, so it's weird that you say that, and I appreciate you. I know that comes from a place of you caring, and I understand why you say you want less of that from me. I do too. I want less of that from myself too. It's like, sheesh, I don't want to go through that every year.
Easier said than done, and I know there's work to be involved. Let me just like put that out there. I'm not saying that blindly. So I know it comes with some work and some pressure behind it, but I feel as though you have the strength and the skills, the resources not to get like that sometimes.
I don't like the fact that we're speaking like very discreetly, and I'm okay with being, because it just feels weird, like we're talking to people and they're probably like, what the hell are they talking about? Like, don't talk about it if you ain't gonna tell us. And I don't mind saying it. It's like, when we have talked about Mother's Day was a difficult weekend it wasn't a difficult weekend for him. It was a difficult weekend for me, and not so much.
Which made it a difficult weekend for me.
Well, I meant because of your own mother-son relationship. So yes, I respect that. And in the past, it has been a difficult weekend, more so because of me not being a mom. But this year, it hit me in a much different way, where the difficulty came in the relationship that I don't have with my mom. So it kind of lent to, like, we said, grieving that loss of a relationship, not having just the anger part of it, of like, why do things gotta be like this? Like, they do have to be the way that they are, but it's still grief in the sense that it doesn't feel good. Like, you will wish that it was different. So those different cycles, and when I say the bartering part of not wanting to forego your boundaries, of not wanting to accept behavior or toxicity or a mindset from a person, not wanting to allow that in your space, because and you've already realized that it's not good for you, but that bartering can potentially allow you to accept things that you really shouldn't, for the sake of, oh, this will make me feel better, but only temporarily. And at some point, you're going to come back around and have to grieve this again, if you do what's right for you, is how I feel. So, yeah, it just felt weird, like we're like speaking covertly, and it's like, why even talk about it if we ain't going to tell the people? And I'm okay with telling the people. So yeah.
If you're okay, I'm okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about our marriage right now?
I feel like it's the best thing that ever happened to me, and it's so crazy because
you really feel like that.
I absolutely feel like that, and I say it's so crazy because, and I think we shared this with y'all before. Being together for 2001 to 2020, right? So you're talking about 19 years. And when I say 2001, that was when we were together consistently. We had dabbled around with, 2019, 2020, but 2001 to 2020 consistently. And
you said we dabbled in 2019?
We did in 2020 or what? I mean 2009. Wait, 2019, no. We dabbled in 2000. I'm confusing the year. 99, right? And then a little bit.
Did you dabble in 2019 or 2020?
I was
That's what you
talking
just
with
said.
each other. I meant we dabbled around with each other.
In 2019?
I meant to say 1990. I was thinking what was the year, 2 years before 2001 is what I'm thinking.
99.
In 2000. We, were friends. We dabbled. But from 2001, consistently, we've been together. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't really count. Not that I don't count those years, but I don't count those years when I count our, the longevity of us. Meaning been together, no breaks. We don't play no breaks. So, with that being said, we lived like we were married. We acted as if we were married. We maneuvered as if we were married. We addressed each other as if we were married. So when it came time to get married, I was like, let's go to the courthouse. We've been married all this time. Like, let's just go sign the papers and make it official. Not that I didn't care about being married. I just felt like, what difference is this going to make? We're just going to now be legal. I can change my name. It's going to be the same. And I just feel like I was 1000% wrong. Like, it did something to you that, not that I don't know. I never, maybe because I don't really know any other married men, like personally, like I don't have any male friends, to say like, hey, how do you feel about marriage? It did something to you that was just like the respect that you have about being a husband, the honor that you have in that. It like, not that you didn't love me and honor me and take care of me and, all the things before, but it was like it elevated all of that for you, which in turn for me, kind of did the same, and just enjoying and prioritizing and just taking so much respect for what we have. So, what was your initial question? What does our marriage mean to me?
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, like that's just, and in the beginning, which was so weird after being together for 19 years, the first year was rocky as a mother father. You remember? No, not the first, second year, second year. I was
about to say, I don't remember. I remember the first year being bliss.
The second year. Cause like the end of first, I remember the first 6 months was like amazing. Like, and I'm not even just speaking sexually, but I mean like we were on cloud 9 literally. And, like the end of the first year, yes, going into the second. And we had to like kind of take a step back, reintroduce our therapy. We had did couples therapy prior to marriage. We had to reintroduce that. Like we really had to get it right. And, we did.
Learn how to be married.
Exactly.
Because we wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend no more.
Right. Which we hadn't been for a really long time, but we were kind of like in this phase of we weren't married and now we are, and you would think like, okay, maybe we should have been this all along, but we just weren't, and we just weren't. And so to me it feels amazing. I feel like it has made me want to be a better person. It has helped me, like the things that I do, and I think about how it's going to impact us, whether it's me working, like where I'm working, like just all the things.
All the things.
Yes. What about you?
I feel good.
No. This is the example when women say 1,000 words and a man says 2.
Yeah,
to say the same thing.
It was the best thing that I've ever done. I would do it over again. I do remember year 2 being like, what is happening here? Like, this is, and never even hearing like the devil trying to get between us, like never even hearing that verbiage before. But it just felt like a force was trying to like pull us apart after all these years. Yeah, and after what we just did, the day we got married was like the best day ever, the best party ever. And yet, the first year out the gate was like, this is amazing. Like, this is amazing. And then the second year was like, and it was like a force trying to like we couldn't get on the same page. Like, we both couldn't get right. Like, in life, like we both can't get right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we had to pool together, resource, and go back to the drawing board. Because if not, can you imagine like us not going to therapy at that point and trying to go like just with what we know for another, like we probably would have been.
I don't think we would be together because at that point,
there was
we
too
would
much
have
growth. And on your side, on my side, like there was too much growth to even accept. I know that's how I felt. Like I wasn't going to accept what, and not that you was giving out bad. I don't want to sound like you was giving out bad behavior or I was in a bad relationship, but I wasn't going to accept old Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
I only was going to accept new Tasha. So that's and whatever she looked like, she better appear because old Tasha, she can get the fuck out of here.
I think at that. So did you ever think that we wouldn't be together?
In the moment, I probably felt like it. Like I want to get the fuck away from her, but
no, I mean like not be together. I used to think to myself like, wow, like was I just put in a place to help you be able to deal with your journey through your dark stages, and now that you're out of that, you can go and live your life. And I used to be like, you know what, God, if that is the case, like I'm sad, but I ain't mad. Like I'm happy to have been there to be that person with him. Like it ain't like he took anything from me. Like people might think like, oh, you know, so many years, but it was like, it ain't like he took anything from me. And I think at some points I thought to myself, if that's what it's to be, like, damn, like that's gonna be crazy. Like Walt just out here living his life now that and I remember thinking like people probably gonna think that, oh, now he got his freedom and he just left her, which we would have known that that wasn't the case. And not that I really would have really cared what people thought, but like just the appearance of it and just thinking like, damn, all this time we went through all these years for now us to be separated. And then just kind of telling myself like, I'm not resigning to that. Like I'm willing to do whatever it is that we need to do to make this work because this is my husband. Like I'm not accepting it. Like God,
I never once thought that. Then that's weird to hear you say that because I never once thought that I would ever leave you. Like that's just not in the cards for me. I might have thought in a moment I want to get the fuck away from you. I wanted to leave me the fuck alone until she get right or get on the same page as me. But I never thought like I'm leaving her. Like you're Tasha to me, and that's like up here to me. Like regardless of how somebody else might look at you or what somebody else thinks about you, I think the world of you. So I wasn't never going to be like I'm leaving that. Not to call you a thing, but I'm not leaving
I'm
her.
your thing.
Like you're like, are you kidding me? But I'm not gonna fight with her every fucking day either. So again, we'll be roommates until new Tasha shows up. But I'm not gonna bounce and be like, because again, now I felt that too. Like we've been together 20 something years up until now. We having issues, and it's like. It's not infidelity or anything or abuse or anything like that. So why the fuck can't we get through it?
But you know what I think was one of the hugest parts of the puzzle that we knew, but we just didn't address, and that I needed to address was we were going through two very different but very pivotal phases in our life simultaneously. Not only did we get married, you now had your freedom, and it was like I married the love of my life, my best friend, my partner, my Jamar, but my Jamar is transitioning to Walter, like almost like a transgender person, but it wasn't a gender. You were transitioning to Walter, and at some point it felt like you a stranger, like who is this? Like literally, like it's a stranger in my house. So not only did I have to learn how to be a wife, I had to learn how to be a wife to a man that I didn't completely know. And don't get me wrong, not that Walter is so different than Jamar, but even in just saying his name, like that was something that was really big for him, where he wanted to be called his name. And for even before we were together, since I was 12 years old, he was Jamar to me. He was Jamar, and then he was Jay. but he was Jamar, and I still call him Jamar. Like, Jamar is tatted on my arm, tatted on my heart. I will tat his name 73 times on me as Jamar prior to him being Walter, and not regret one of them. And now it's like, but I'm Walter. And it's like, yeah, it's a name and it's his name, and I want to call him by his name because that's his name and we all want to be called by a name, but I didn't have that attachment that, like, when I hear the name Jamar, I like, everything twitters on me, my stomach, I still get the butterflies. I get chicken skin if I see him. He comes in from the barbershop looking good, smelling good. It's like, oh, look at Jamar. Walter doesn't automatically, but now it's like, I gotta learn Walter. Now, again, I'm learning myself in this new phase of my life of being a 40-year-old wife, learning just how to operate in this new space with a new man. This is probably how the people feel on 90 Day Fiance. You're marrying a damn stranger.
But it was a percentage thing. It
wasn't like you were 100%
new
no,
man.
no.
It was just some phases of.
It was like a 30%.
Yeah.
You were learning who you are too.
Yeah, I would say 60-40.
You were learning who you were too. So again, you being you want to learn. And it's like, ho, like. Can I catch up?
Yeah.
Can I catch up? Because I don't really know this person.
But in doing that, again, with delivery, that can make a person feel like, hey, what, you don't want me to grow? You want me to be the same?
Right. You not letting me be myself.
We used to say things like, where my Jamar at? Like those kind of things, and be like, I hear what you're saying, but you could have said that differently, and I wouldn't feel this way about that because now I really want to be Walter. Yeah. So that's how that goes.
Yeah.
3 grams.
Yeah.
Vanessa Bryant came up in the news. Kobe's wife, his widow. Kobe died 2020. Spent 5 years. Some rumors had came up that she was pregnant, and then later that day, rumors were out that she was pregnant by a young baller. Wow. And people, of course, beehived, attacked, and said the most vile, vicious things. How the fuck could you do this? Fucking whore, this and this and that. And then she popped out and was like, I hear the rumors. I'm on vacation. I'm not pregnant. Like, I'm not addressing this shit. I'm not pregnant. Just to let y'all know. So that part ain't true. But what's your thoughts on moving on? Like when you see a celebrity, Vanessa Bryant, a Laura London, people that was with significant members of our growing up in society, and celebrities we might love. Also, to that's part one question. Part two, to bring it to like regular people like us. Like I've always said, if something happened to you, God forbid, you passed away, I'm done. Like I feel like I've reached the pinnacle of love, and anybody else moving forward, I would compare to you, and it just wouldn't be fair to them. It wouldn't work out. So yeah, I'm done. I would just be reserved, and I'm here until I'm here, and I don't need any relationships. I don't need any girlfriends. I don't need anything like that. But what's your thoughts on that?
It's so weird you say this. You were watching a podcast yesterday, and DC Young Fly was on there. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, and I don't really know what they were talking about. I just heard him, and I thought to myself, wow, he is probably never going to be able to come out publicly in a new relationship, or he's going to get so much backlash from people just having their own opinions, which wouldn't be fair to him. He's a human. I never seen anything or heard these rumors about Vanessa Bryant. But I look at it like to each their own. Like I don't think everybody isn't us or has the same mindset as us. To each their own. I'll never forget when my grandma passed away. We were in the limousine on the way to, I believe, the cemetery or wherever. Like this is the day of her funeral, and I will never forget my Aunt Carol. Love her down. She's since passed as well. Said to my grandpa, who has also since passed as well, Papa, we give you 6 months, then you can get a new girlfriend. And I was so angry at her. I was so angry at her. Like, my grandmom ain't even in a, like, how dare you say that?
That's an insensitive joke.
Years later, I understood, like, I thought to myself, like, that's selfish of me to, no, I don't know if 6 months, that's kind of fast. But, you know, I don't know, like, that's selfish of me
so
to
what
think.
would have been the time frame? Like, let me just stop you. I don't mean to cut you off, but 6 months was too short for you to digest, hey, Pop got a new girl. Would 5 years be okay?
I don't know.
Would 3 years be okay?
Had
Would a
he
year?
popped up with a new girlfriend in 6 months?
Say he'd have been taking walks and nobody would have been knowing where he's going and he was going to go see a lady.
At that time, I probably would have felt some type of way. Years later, I probably would have understood. Like, who am I to say that you should spend the rest of your life alone, like, by yourself? Which he did. Like, you know, he passed away 23 years after my grandma passed away. And to my knowledge, she never had anybody else. So that's selfish of me to not think that he should be allowed, not even to, like, fall in love, but just to have some companionship. So that's why I say to each their own. Now, for me, God forbid something happened to my husband, I don't have that capacity. I don't have the desire. I feel like it just wouldn't even be like space in my life, in my heart, in my mind to be able to give somebody any part of my attention in that kind of way. Like, I don't want to say I've reached the pinnacle of love that I could have ever received, because my husband loves me so much, so in so many ways. It'd be moments like a random Tuesday where it's like, damn, I feel like he loved me more today, and I thought he couldn't love me anymore. So that's why I don't want to say, but I know that the love that you have given me, nobody could ever surpass that. So why would I be with somebody else to accept less than? You know what I mean? Like, I would be okay and not okay mentally that you were gone, but okay and not having to seek that out. Like, yeah, like, you would be with me in my spirit, in my heart. We would travel the world together. Yeah, and that would just be that. So I don't have the capacity for that. But for others, again, like, even thinking about DC Young Fly, he has, you know, young children. Who's to say that those young kids don't maybe one day deserve a stepmom? You know, somebody that is great, is because you figure, you know, you still want them to see daddy happy, daddy in a good relationship. You got to set an example for them. So that's selfish of people to think, you know, that. And the same for Vanessa, you know, her kids, maybe her kids may want to see mommy loving somebody happy, so that they have, especially the baby, she has the younger two, they have no idea what a good marriage. I mean, not to say they don't have other people in their life, so I shouldn't make that assumption. But to see that from mom, like, that's where you learn how to be a wife, be a mom, be a woman, is by the things that you observe from, you know, in your household. So they should, you know, she deserves to be happy if being with somebody else will make her happy.
I was ready to say if she desires that, because I still think those things can be taught. Because of her experience. Yeah. Because of, like, you talk about the Vanessa Bryants and the Laura Londons, I still think they can teach their kids that because of the level that they experience love on. So I think that they can still get that off without being in a relationship. But if they desire to, hey,
to each their own. Yeah, I don't think anything is wrong. And when people talk about, you know, the time, and there was a story that I saw, a man, he lost his wife, and, you know, he was taking his kid back and forth to school, and he ended up meeting another mom at the school. Long story short, within a year they had got remarried, and then they had been married for like 20 something years. So at the time, people could have been like, oh my God, how could you meet somebody that fast? But, you know, you just never know. So I mean, I guess the time is subjective. Yeah.
The CEO of Spanx, you wore Spanx before?
Mm-hmm.
CEO of Spanx sold her company for $1.2 billion. Wow. She had 500 employees, gave them all first-class tickets to anywhere in the world. Obviously, 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world, and $10,000 a piece. Because company's shutting down, no more job. I sold it, it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, and they may still get like some severance pay, or
whoever had equity in the company, if that was a part of it, I'm sure. But yeah.
That's kind of nice. I mean, people snub their nose at people who have these huge businesses and then sell it. Like the girl, Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber's wife. She just sold her cosmetic company to a larger cosmetic company, and people, were talking about that. But it's like people don't. Not everybody wants to work forever, and if you create this product that is so amazing that other people want, and the money that they're going to give you either will, one, allow you to move on to the next thing, or two, allow you to not have to have anything to do. I salute.
That's the definition of capitalism, is to build something so big that people want to buy it.
Yeah, I salute.
If somebody want to buy your company, that means you're that big. That's why the big companies buy up the little companies.
I salute. Like the lady that started the Carol's daughter, the cosmetic line, and people, she's sold, to one of the bigger hair product lines or whatever. But again, if you get life-changing money that can set your family up for generations, when you get into the B's, 1.2 billion, that's not just her kids, her grandkids, her great-grandkids. Like, you
$1 billion is a long time. People, that's a generation and a half. Because you're talking about 30 years. Like, that's a long time. Yeah,
so, I mean, I salute. That's awesome. And the fact that she gave, because she could have just told the people, collect unemployment and be on to the next thing. So, that's great.
Last gram. Well, a young kid, 13 years old, won the script spelling bee this week. I don't know if y'all seen it. You can look it up on YouTube. But he spelled the word. He didn't ask an origin, didn't ask a sentence. He was pretty fucking confident in it. Éclaircissement was the word. It's a French word, and it means...
clarification.
It means clarification on something. Like, I need clarification. I need éclaircissement. Which means, get your shit right. Tell me what the fuck is going on. But we're going to have a little spelling bee.
Okay. You trying to set me up.
A couple words off the script spelling bee. So let's see how your spelling is. And this is...
don't start me at like level 3.
Difficulty level 2. But these words level 2, you're gonna get that.
All right, let me shine a little bit.
Let's go to level 3. Let's see where you at on level 3.
I like that level. Why?
2B ain't no. You need 3B.
Why not 3A?
All right, we can go 3A. All right.
I was a pretty good speller as a kid.
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia. Synesthesia. SYNE STHAESIA.
SYNAE STHESIA.
Okay.
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible. INCOMPREHENSIBLE.
All right. Let's step it up a little bit.
We don't gotta step it up. We can stay there.
Let's step it up a little bit. Totipotency.
What?
Totipotency.
Totipotency. Toti potency. TOTIPOTENCY.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Never heard that. I know
there's
potency.
one that fucks me up a lot. Mediterranean.
MEDITERRANEAN.
Let me give you one more, then you can do me.
Oh gosh.
Last chicken.
Last chicken. Like LASCHICKEN.
LACHSSCHINKEN.
That sounds like more letters, more.
No, it's not. It's last chicken.
That is Lashinken. Lashinken. That looks German or something.
It's not a little thing over it. It's not German.
Nihilism.
NIAL. Ism. S-I-S-M?
And Nihilism. Nihilism. Yes. Vermicelli.
Oh my God, babe, that's like restaurant.
We're eating that food.
Vermicelli.
You was close. No H.
Ain't no H?
It's pronounced like an H, but there isn't any H. It's like
so it looks like vermicelli.
Yes. Predilection.
Predilection. Predilection or predilection?
Predilection.
Predilection.
He was one off. Predilection.
All right, one more.
One more. I'm going to.
We can't spell for shit, y'all.
I'm a pretty good speller.
Well, I don't know.
These words, are hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy?
Yeah, hypertrophy.
HYPERCHAPHY?
No, it's like hypertrophy. HYPERTROPHY.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the spelling bees to the kids.
The kids can spell a lot better. A2TP Podcast, episode 230 coming to a close. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Podchaser, Google Podcast, Player FM. All the spots you can catch us on. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Appreciate the 9 million listeners out there. We got a month. We're trying to push it to 10. So we appreciate every last one of y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. We enjoyed giving it to you. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't,
you should.
Peace.
Why you always trying to say my part?
I don't know.